sleep. So we have 100 questions, and if you say the same answer as I am thinking of, then you get to go to sleep. You can go to sleep and let me know which question was the first one you got right, or you can choose to stick around and let me know how many of them total you got right. But I promise everyone will get to sleep by the end of the video. It's just a challenge to see how soon we can make that happen. Most of these are the same questions from last time, just with different answers. But I did change a few around, take out some and add some, so it'll be a little bit different, but let me know how you do, and let's get started. I think it might be starting to rain, so hopefully it doesn't get too loud. But okay, let's start with question number 1, and this is going to be a hard one, okay? So we'll see if anyone can get it right. It is going to be a number between 1 and 500. I want you to think of a number between 1 and 500, and we'll see if we are thinking of the same one. Alright, are you ready? You have 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of 294. Anybody else? Alright, question number 2. I would like you to think of a country of the world. Any country. Okay, you have 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of Lithuania. Lithuania was the country I'm thinking of. If you thought of Lithuania, then you can go to sleep. Question number 3. I would like you to think of a 5-letter word. I'm thinking of a 5-letter word. Okay. You have 3, 2, 1. The 5-letter word I'm thinking of is clown. Clown. If you happened to think of clown, then you can go to sleep. Question number 4. I am now thinking of an animal. Any animal. What animal are you thinking of? Alright, name an animal. 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of a frog. Thinking of a frog. If you thought of frog, then you I say sheep weird? I don't know. Everyone thought I was saying sheep. But I'm thinking of a sheep. Okay. You have 3, 2, 1. This time I am thinking of a trapezoid. Trapezoid. Maybe in the next video like this, I will actually make you name a sheep. Even though I don't know any other types of sheep. But if you said trapezoid, then you can go to sleep. Question number 9. Number 9. I now want you to think of a 4-syllable word. A word that has four syllables. You have 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of the word predictable. Predictable. Do you think any of my answers have been predictable so far? Let me know. Question number 10. I would now like you to think of a periodic table element. Any element on the periodic table. You have 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of Krypton. Krypton. If you thought of Krypton, then you can now go to sleep. Number 11. I now want you to think of a 3-letter word. 3-letter word. Any 3-letter word. You have 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of the word nap. Nap. If you thought of nap, then you can take a nap. Question number 12. I would now like you to think of a river of the world. Any river. Okay. You have 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of the Volga River. The Volga. Question number 13. I now want you to think of a fruit. Any fruit. Fruit. Any fruit. You have 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of a fig. If you thought of figs, then you are allowed to go to sleep now. Next question, number 20. I'm thinking of a dog breed. Any dog breed. You have 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of a Rottweiler. A Rottweiler. Don't even know how I came up with that. I don't even know what that is. Question number 32. I am now thinking of a bone of the body. Any bone of the body. Okay. 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of the patella or the kneecap bone. If that's what you thought, then you can go to sleep. Question number 33. I now want you to think of a U.S. state. A state in the U.S. Do you have a state in mind? 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of Connecticut. Connecticut. If you thought of Connecticut, then you can now go to sleep. Question number 34. I now want you to think of an ice cream flavor. Any ice cream flavor. You have 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of pistachio ice cream. I think last time some people didn't know what Rocky Road was. Maybe that's an American thing. But I think everybody knows pistachio, right? If you thought of pistachio, then you can go to sleep. Question number 35. I am now thinking of a city with a 5-letter name. A city with a 5-letter name. Can you think of one? Can you think of one? gazpacho. Gazpacho. If that's what you thought. You know it, you can go to sleep. Question 46. I'm now thinking of a sport that requires a ball. Sport that is played with a ball. You have to think of one in 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of table tennis or ping pong, whichever you say. If that's what you thought, then you can go to sleep. Question number 47. I am thinking of an organ of the body. An organ that you have in your body. Think of an organ in 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of the gallbladder. Gallbladder. If that's what you said, you may go to sleep. Question 48. I want you to think of a country that starts with the letter M. M as in mom. Any country. You have 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of Moldova. Moldova. If that's what you said, then you can go to sleep. Number 49. I'm thinking of a musical genre. What musical genre are you thinking of? You have 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of K-pop. If you thought of K-pop, then you can go to sleep now. Question number 50. I'm now thinking of a kind of berry. Any berry. As in fruit that you can eat. A berry. Okay. You have 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of a goji berry. A goji berry. And if that's what you said, then you can go to sleep now. Question number 51. I am now thinking of a country in North America. North America. I know someone last time was arguing that North America is only 3 countries, but the continent of North America includes Central America and all of the islands in the Caribbean, Central America. So it's actually like 23 countries. And I want you to think of one in 3, 2, 1. This time I am thinking of Nicaragua. Nicaragua. And if you thought of Nicaragua, then you may go to sleep. Question 52. I would like you to think of a drink you would order at a coffee shop. A coffee shop order. You have 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of a macchiato. Macchiato. If that's what you said, then you can go to sleep now. Question number 53. I'm thinking of a medical specialty. A medical specialty. Think of one. Think of 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of orthopedics. Orthopedics, dealing with bones. Question number 54. I am now thinking of a seasoning or a spice. Spice or 56, I'm now thinking of a condiment. A condiment for food. Any sauce or condiment. You have 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of soy sauce. Soy sauce. Question 57. I now want you to think of a trivia category. If you're here, you hopefully like trivia categories. Which one are you thinking of? Which one? 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of pop culture. Pop culture trivia. If that's what you said, then you can go to sleep. Question number 58. I'm now thinking of an animal that can be a pet. An animal that people have as a pet. What are you thinking of? What pet do you have? You have 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of a snake. Some people do have snakes as pets. Can't relate, but if that's what you thought of, then you can sleep now. Question number 59. I want you to think of a type of bread. Type of bread. One of my favorite things. Bread. Which one comes to mind? You have 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of pita. Pita bread. Question number 60. I am now thinking of a pizza topping. What pizza topping are you thinking of? Something you could put on a pizza. You have 3, 2, 1. Maybe this will make people mad. I'm thinking of pineapple. Pineapple. If you thought of pineapple, then you may go to sleep now. Question number 61. I am now thinking of a soda. Particular soda or pop. Which soda? 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of root beer. Root beer. If you said root beer, then you can go to sleep. Question number 62. I now want you to think of a number between 1 and 20. We're getting down to 20 options. Number between 1 and 20. 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of the number 11. 11. If you said 11, then you can go to sleep now. Question number 63. I want you to think of a type of cookie. Type of cookie. Cookie. Think of one in 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of a ginger snap. Ginger snaps. If that's what you said, then you can go to sleep now. Question number 64. I want you to think of a social media app. A social media. Which one are you thinking of? to sleep. Question number 65. I want you to think of an animal that starts with the letter M. That starts with the letter M, as in mom. What animal can you think of? Three, two, one. I'm thinking of a manatee. Manatee, one of my favorite animals. If you said manatee, then you are now allowed to sleep. Question 66. I would like you to think of a 3-letter body part. A body part with 3 letters. You have 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of the rib. A rib in your chest. Question 67. I am now thinking of a type of nut. A nut. Which nut are you thinking of? 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of a Brazil nut. Brazil nut. If that's what you said, then you can go to sleep. Question 68. I want you to think of an article of clothing. An article of clothing. Okay. You have 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of a tie. A neck tie. That's what you said. You can go to sleep now. Question number 69. I'm thinking of a kitchen utensil. A kitchen utensil. Any utensil that you might use. Okay. Think of one in 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of a ladle. A ladle. If you thought of a ladle, then you can go to sleep now. Number 70. I want you to think of a fast food chain. Any fast food chain. You have 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut. If you thought of Pizza Hut, then you are allowed to sleep. Number 71. I am now thinking of a month of the year. Getting down in our number of options. Think of a month. 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of January, my birth month. If you said January, then you can go to sleep now. Number 72. I want you to think of a country in South America. Country that's in South America. Okay. Do you have one? Do you have one? 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of Bolivia. If you said Bolivia, then you can go to sleep. Question 73. I want you to think of a holiday. Any holiday. 75, I am thinking of a country that has a 4-letter name. Country with a 4-letter name. I'll give you a second to think of one. Which one are you thinking of? 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of Togo, the country of Togo in Africa. Question number 76. I am now thinking of a planet in our solar system. Which one comes to mind for you? Think of one in 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of Neptune. If you thought Neptune, then you may drift off to sleep. Question number 77. I now want you to think of a country that ends with Stan. One of these Stan countries. You have 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of Uzbekistan. That's what you said. Then I want you to go to sleep. Question 78. I want you to think of a type of jewelry. A jewelry item that you might wear. Which one? 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of a ring. I'm not wearing my ring today, but if you thought of a ring, then you're allowed to go to sleep. Number 79. I am now thinking of a day of the week. We are now officially 7 and fewer choices for the rest of them. Which day of the week are you thinking of? 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of Saturday. If you said Saturday, you can go to sleep. Question 80. I am now thinking of a continent. A continent of the world. Any continent. 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of Antarctica. If you said Antarctica, you may go to sleep. Question 81. I am now thinking of a color of the rainbow. One of the colors of the rainbow. 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of yellow. If you thought yellow, then Question number 84. I want you to think of a color that starts with the letter G. G as in grandma. What color can you think of that starts with a G? Give me one in 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of gold. Gold. Did you think of gold? If you did, you may go to sleep. Question 85. I'm now thinking of a Friends character. One of the main 6 Friends characters. Which one? Which one's your favorite? Name one in 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of Phoebe. Phoebe. Question 86. I now want you to name a type of precipitation. Something that falls from the sky. A type of precipitation. 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of hail. Hail. Number 87. I now would like you to think of a major line of latitude. There are 5 major lines of latitude on the globe of the earth. Which one are you thinking of? 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of the Tropic of Capricorn. Tropic of Capricorn. If that's what you thought, then you can go to sleep now. Question 88. I want you to think of an ocean. Sticking with the geography theme. Think of an ocean. An ocean. 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of the Pacific Ocean, the largest one. Question 89. I would now like you to think of a playing card suit. We are now under 4 options. Much better chances if you have not yet earned the right to go to sleep. What playing card suit can you think of? In 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of spades. The spades. You may go to sleep now if you said spades. Question 90. I'm now thinking of a season. Not a seasoning. A season of the year. A season. Which season are you thinking of in 3, 2, 1? I'm thinking of winter. secondary color. One of the three secondary colors. The primary ones are red, blue, and yellow. But which secondary color can you think of? 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of orange. Orange. Were you thinking of orange? Number 94. I want you to name a country that starts with the letter H. H. There are only 3 of them that start with the letter H. Which one? Can you think of any? Can you think of the one that I am thinking of? 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of Honduras. Honduras. Number 95. We are almost done. I want you to think of a type of rock. One of the 3 types of rock. Maybe you can't even think of all 3, but maybe the one you're thinking of is the one I'm thinking of. 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking igneous. The igneous rock. If that's what you said, you can go to sleep. Question 96. I'm now thinking of a macronutrient or macromolecule. Macromolecule. As in the major things that you eat. A macromolecule. 3, 2, 1. I'm thinking of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. Arguably the best one. Question number 97. I want you to think of a subatomic particle. Subatomic particle. 3 parts of an atom, or 3 things that are smaller than an atom. 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of an electron. Electron, if that's what you said, you can go to sleep. Number 98. We now have only two options. I want you to name one of the 2 major Mesopotamian rivers. Maybe you don't know them. Then you cannot earn the right to fall asleep on this question, but name one of them. Name one of them in 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of the Euphrates. The Euphrates River. Question number 99. You have 2 options, and I'm going to give them to you. Left or right? Left or right? Which one? Which one are you going to choose? In 3, 2, 1. I am choosing left. If you choose left, you can go to sleep. You should have known I would choose left because I'm a lefty. And question 100, your last chance to fall asleep tonight, okay? I want you to name a number that is greater than 2 and less than 4. A full whole number that is greater than 2 and less than 4. Can you do it? Can you do it? I want you to name one in 3, 2, 1. I am thinking of 3. The number 3. If you said 3, then you have now earned the right to go to sleep. I hope that everybody has earned the right to go to sleep tonight, and I hope that sleep very, very well. I'm very sorry about the background noise. It was great for the first half of this video.